Hello, everyone. So, hi and welcome back. Did you guys miss me? Because I really did miss you. I mean, मैं इतने दिन से नहीं आ रही थी, and Atul sir obviously was taking on behalf of me and everything. But I was missing you all, like all your cute questions and faces and everything, right? मतलब मेरा गला थोड़ा अभी ऐसे ही है, so I might not sound very nice, but bear with it for some days, and I'll get my good voice back soon. ओके सो लेट्स स्टार्ट द ड्रिल सबको पता है क्या करना है राइट वेलकम वेलकम बैक अगर आप लोगों ने अभी तक लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है प्लीज गो अहेड डू दैट एंड मेक श्योर दैट यू शेयर द लिंक विद योर फ्रेंड्स एंड एवरीवन बिकॉज वी आर हियर टू लर्न टुगेदर इंडिविजुअली नहीं लर्न करना हम लोगों को सबको साथ में एज अ कम्युनिटी लर्न करना है राइट सो ऑल ऑफ अस नीड टू लर्न टुगेदर सो फॉर दैट वी नीड टू गेट आवर फ्रेंड्स ऑन बोर्ड और फिर अगर आपके फ्रेंड्स नहीं होंगे तो आप चैट सेक्शन में बात किससे करो है ना क्योंकि कई बार पढ़ने में तो मन करता नहीं है ऑल यू वांट टू डू इज चैट इन द चैट सेक्शन okay so I'll give you 2 quick minutes just make sure that you like share subscribe to the channel share this link with your friends क्योंकि आज जो मैम हमारे साथ हैं वो इतना इंटरेस्टिंग पढ़ाती है that you and your friends can take benefit out of it and जो आपके एग्जाम्स है ना उसके अंदर you can end up scoring super well isn't it okay so I'll just give you quick 2 minutes start sharing the link okay so I'll get back to the position and request Ashwini ma'am to come on board with us. Absolutely, today we have Ashwini ma'am with us. She's an eminent English faculty. Matlab, her way of teaching is marvelous. You can come learn from her, and the next thing you know is that you are never going to forget. आप आज याद करेंगे आपको हमेशा वो चीज याद रहेगी. So this is how methodically, this is how uniquely she actually teaches you. And after all, हम लोगों को वही करना है ना. हम लोगों को इतना अच्छे से सीखना है कि हम फिर वो चीज कभी भी ना भूलें. और आज जो वो पढ़ाने वाली है दैट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट अमेजिंग टॉपिक्स ऑफ ऑल टाइम क्योंकि वो हर एग्जाम में आता है मतलब चाहे आप फर्स्ट क्लास में हो या आप 10th क्लास में हो आपको हर एग्जाम में वो टॉपिक आने ही वाला है so we are here to understand the very most important topic of English that is tenses right and we have one of the best faculties to teach you about it. Ashwini ma'am has more than 10 years of experience in teaching English. She has a very stable, loving student base जो चाहते हैं कि वो सिर्फ उन्हीं से पढ़े. So I'll not take more of your time honestly. I'll just get and ask Ashwini ma'am to come on board, introduce herself from her end, and please take over. Ashwini ma'am, the stage is all yours.
Thank you very much for this memorable introduction. Very good afternoon to all of you. I hope you will be very fine today. Today we are going to teach and learn tricky tenses. But with this experience of today, we'll make it very easy from tricky. So let us go with me and understand it. As ma'am has already told you that tenses are the most important thing, most important point in grammar. In order to learn English grammar, you need to learn tense. And that's why we are going to take it because it is a backbone of English grammar. Okay. And that's why, first of all, let me clear the point that, dear students, if you wish to write correct English or wish to speak correct English, you need to learn tense. Why? Because verbs, that is part and partial of the tenses, they come in different forms in tense, in different tenses. And that is why we need to learn the different time span of verbs in order to learn different tenses. Okay, you all know that since you are the user of English language, we all know that there is present, past, and future. So there are different forms of verbs in present, for the past, and for the future. We need to learn today this in order to speak and write correct English language. Okay, so let us understand this. I'm sharing my screen here. One by one tenses I'll deal with, and then we will understand it one by one. Okay, let me share my screen. Just a minute. Wait a minute, dear students. Yes, it's here. See, in English, there are 12 tenses in all. Out of these 12 tenses, 9 tenses are the most important one because we use most often in written English as well as in spoken English these 9 tenses. Okay, the forms of different forms of verbs. Tenses means different forms of verbs used in different time span. Okay, so let us understand first simple present tense. Okay, it is called as timeless present also. Then we'll understand simple past tense, then future simple tense, simple future tense, then progressive present, progressive past, progressive future. Then we'll understand present perfect, present past, and um, present past perfect and perfect future tense. Okay, so let us understand first tense. See, simple present tense is used to refer habitual actions, actions that you always or never do. Some actions we always do, isn't it? For example, we go to school, since we are not going school for a long time, but we go to school in the morning. We come back from school at noon. So this is habitual action. We brush our teeth daily. We brush our teeth daily. So this is habitual actions that you always or never do. For example, when I say that I don't take coffee, I don't prefer tea. So this is the actions that we never do or we always do. We use it in simple present form after verb. When we refer unchanging truths, okay, for example, this is scientific truth, or you can say that it is universal truth also. Unchanging means it is universal truth or fact. For example, when I say that the sun sets in the west, the sun rises in the east. So these are universal truth. When I say that water boils at 100 degree, so it is universal truth, or you can say scientific truth. So to refer that also, we use present form of the verb. This is called as simple present tense. I hope we are all getting this. The third one is when you are making general statements of fact. Okay, so this is also used in simple present tense. For example, see, Habit, he always comes late to class. So this is habit. It's his habit. So in order to denote this habit, we use it in simple present form. Unchanging truth. As I already gave the example, the sun rises in the east. So this is also in simple present tense. general statement of fact. Or say, for example, they are friendly. They are very friendly. They are my friends. So this is in simple present tense. Are, is, am, and are here are present auxiliaries. Okay, and that is why it is used here. Now, what are the indicators? See, every tense has its own indicator. Always, whenever, every day, usually, often. I often go for a walk. Say, for example, usually I wake up early in the morning. Okay, so this is frequently I take a leave. So this is in simple present tense. Sometimes, rarely, occasionally, never. So these are the indicators we use it in simple present tense. To denote this, for example, there are few sentences given in your exam. How will you identify the tense? Through these indicators also, and through the forms of verbs also. So these are the indicators. Now, forms, or you can say structure of the tense. For example, there are different verbs here given. There are different forms of verbs given. I study, I wait, you study, you wait. Look at here. With I, you, we do not add anything. We study, we wait, they study, they wait. We do not add anything. But with he, she, and eat, we add I, es or s to the verb. Study, why? Now see, here the rule is that, or the indication is that when there is y here in a verb, the verb ends with y, and there is consonant sound, so we add ies. Okay, so these are the indicators that through which we can make the identification that this is particular tense is simple present tense. With he, she, it, we add s or es to the verb in simple present tense. For example, she waits for me every day when we go to the tuition. Okay, so this is what I mean to say. I study, you study. I wait, you wait. We study, we wait. They study, they wait. He, she, it studies. He, she, it waits. So this is in simple present tense. Through example, this tense will be very much clear to you. Now onwards, whenever you want to say any habitual action, the recurring action, or scientific fact, you use simple present tense. Okay. Now the second point is simple past tense. Okay. Now see, simple past tense used for the action that is began in past, the action that is of past duration or past time span. Okay, to refer the past habits also we use a simple past tense. Okay, so in English, whatever we want to speak using past time span, we use it in simple past tense generally. Okay, for example, see, began, ended, that is V2, past form of the verb. V2 means past form of the verb. Actually, verb has three forms. V1 form, that is root form. V2 means past form. And V3 means past participle form of the verb. Okay, so we use V1, V2, V3. So in simple past tense, we use V2 form of the verb. That is past form of the verb. The action began in past, ended in past also. That is called as simple past tense. Okay. And to refer the past habits, we use simple past tense. Understood? Now let us understand through examples. He was late to class yesterday. Now see, was and were are past auxiliaries, as is and are As I told you earlier, present auxiliaries. Okay. Now see, he was late to class yesterday. The action completed in past, and that is why we use it in simple past tense. We arrived 3 weeks ago. So it is the past action, and that is why we use in simple past tense. She always wrote a letter to her mother on Sunday night. Now here, the thing is that on Sunday night, that is important. So though always is used in present tense here, but it is not that much, which we are not emphasizing on always, but on Sunday night, the time span. And that is why we use it in simple past also, always the indicator. She always wrote a letter to her mother on Sunday night. So this is her past habit, and that is why we use it in simple past tense. Okay. Now, what are the indicators of simple past tense? Let us see this. Last night, last week, last year, last month, Saturday, semester, for example, last semester, etc. Then yesterday, ago. So these are the different indicators. We use it in simple past tense. Okay. So whenever we use simple past tense, we use it in this way. For example, yesterday the sunrise was spectacular. So this is what I say. Yesterday, the sunrise was spectacular. So that is simple past tense. Again, when I say that we enjoyed a lot at yesterday night in the party. So this is also we enjoyed a lot. We use it because we use it as past time span. Okay. And that is why we use it in simple past tense. I hope you understood this. Now, as I told you that when I began simple past tense, that we use V2 form of the verb. Okay. So, just a minute. Someone is making some mistake, mischief. Just, yes. I studied, I waited. So, this is V2 form of the verb. I studied, I waited. You studied, you waited. He, she, it studied, he, she, it
Ashwini ma'am, could
waited.
you,
Yes,
I'll just interrupt in between. Could you just give me the host rights for a minute, ma'am?
just a minute.
Yeah.
How shall I go with this?
You
Yes.
stop sharing the screen. I'll just stop sharing the screen for a moment.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Just give me 1 minute. I
Yeah.
really apologize for the interruption. Actually, I'll do one thing. I'll just keep you in the Zoom meeting as of now. In
Okay.
case someone tries to enter the waiting room or enter the meeting, please do not let them in.
Yeah. Sure.
Everyone has the rights to watch it from this thing, the YouTube link itself, so that
Okay.
you do not face any interruption while you are actually taking the session. So
Yeah.
to avoid that, we'll make sure that there's no one in the meeting as if now. If there are any questions, we'll definitely entertain them by the end of the session.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. I'm giving them back to you. Please go ahead, start your session.
Yeah. Sure. Let me share the meeting again.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Have you made me host, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, I've made you the host. You can please go ahead.
Okay. Just a minute. Yes. Now it is. Now see, this is the structure of, we'll be back, we are back again. Simple past tense, past simple tense. I told you that we use V2 form, past form of the verb in simple past tense. I studied, I waited. There are two verbs, study and wait. So studied and wait, both are regular verbs. If it is irregular verb, then we need to put irregular form of past tense and irregular form of past participle. Okay. For example, when I say that bring, so that this bring is irregular form of verb. So when I say bring, the past will be brought. Okay. When I say come, the past form will be came. Okay. So there are regular verbs which ended with ed. There are irregular verbs which ended. They have different forms and which end differently. Okay. To make past form, when we make past participle forms. Okay. I studied, I waited. You studied, you waited. He, she, it studied, and they studied. He, she, it waited, and they waited. Okay, so this is what I studied, I waited, you studied, you waited. There are two verbs. Okay, so simple past tense. In simple past tense, when we consider the past action, we use V2 form of the verb. As I told you the example that my friend came late yesterday to meet me. So came, V2 form of the verb. Yesterday. Last week we went to the zoo. Last week we went to the zoo. So this is simple past tense. Okay. Now the third tense is future tense. That is simple future tense. Okay. I hope you have understood simple present and simple past. Now onwards, whenever you want to share your thing, whatever you want to share something with the other related to past habits, past actions, share it with simple past tense, using simple past tense. Now see, before we go through simple future tense, let me tell you another point is that whenever we use Wehen, particular Wehen, W-H-E-N, Wehen, when we use Wehen, particularly Wehen, we use it in, using in continuous past and simple past tense. Okay, continuous past and simple past tense. For example, see, when I was washing clothes, my father came from the office. Okay, so this is with when. When I was washing clothes, when I was washing clothes, my father came from the office. Okay. When I was waiting for my parents, I watched a TV show. Okay, so this is also used in simple past and continuous past, particularly when that conjunction is used, that connective is used using simple past and continuous past. Okay, now let's take future tense. See, now it is very easy for you when you learn tenses one by one. It will be very easy for you when you understand the indicators, understand the structure of the particular tense. It will be very easy for you to use it both in written and in spoken English. When you want to speak something, now onwards, you speak in English only. Okay, so that this day by day, when you start your conversation, you will use different tense, different forms of the verb, and then you will understand everything. The future tense now. to indicate that an activity or event will take place at a time in future. Now see, at a time in future, that means the activity or event will be taken place in future. Okay. See, in past tense, we use past form of the verb to indicate past actions. Now in future tense, we use future auxiliaries shall and will to indicate future time span. Actually, we assume here. Okay. Actually, we assume here something or the other. And that's why we use it in simple future tense. For example, see, now let me tell you that simple future tense is used using continuous present tense also because it indicates future auxiliaries. Okay. For example, when I am retired, I'm going to travel. I am going to travel. Going to. That is, that particular thing is used to denote simple future tense. Actually, present future. Okay. Next week, we'll work on punctuation. We'll work on punctuation next week. We assume that we have kept it on hold that next week we'll work on punctuation. Okay. We'll go to meet our relatives next Monday when I say that. Okay. For example, he is going to get his car fixed tomorrow. Now, going to is also used to denote simple future tense, or you can say futuristic action. Our plan departs at noon next Friday. Sometimes to denote simple future tense, no, we use simple present also. Okay. For example, see, future for denoting futuristic action, we use simple present tense also. Our plan departs at noon next Friday. We mean that it will be departing. Okay. In future, at some period of time. To denote that, we use action sometimes in simple present tense also. Particularly, recent future. When we talk of recent future, we use it in either by using going to or by using simple present form of the verb. Okay. Now, as we have indicators in for other tenses also, here are the indicators for simple future tense. Understand it properly so that whenever you want to talk to someone in a bit of futuristic action, so we use it tomorrow, next Saturday, next week, month, year, etc. We use these indicators to denote simple future tense. Okay, tomorrow and next Saturday, next, that is denoting word for simple future tense. Now see, these are the this is the structure of simple future tense. When I told you that simple future tense, we use future auxiliaries, shall or will. So here are the future auxiliaries and the sentences with using verb stay and only stay. See, I'll stay, I'll stay. You will stay, you will stay. We will stay, will stay, they'll stay, they'll stay. Here you can use any other verb also. For example, I'll go, will go. He, she, it will go, they'll go. Okay, you'll go. So these are the verbs. Any verb that you can use because you mean something to speak. Okay, so for that you need verb. And here is the future form of the verb using future auxiliaries will and shall. Always remember that shall and will take root form of the verb only. We do not add anything here with shall and will. Okay, as we do not add anything when we use modal auxiliaries. For example, should, would, can, could. That's a different topic. But then also with shall and will also we do not add anything to verb. Okay, so verb comes in its root form when we use it in simple future tense. This you will have to remember. Okay. Now see, I told you that particularly with going to. Going to is a usage in English grammar that we mean futuristic action. Okay. For example, see, I am going to stay, we are going to stay, you are going to stay, or any other verb. Let us take visit. I am going to visit. We are going to visit. You are going to visit. You are going to visit. He, she, it is going to visit, and they are going to visit. So particularly going to refers to futuristic action, and that is why we use it in making in future tense also. Now see, I told you that sometimes the simple present tense or the present progressive tense is also continuous present. Progressive means the action is on. So continuous tense also we mean simple future tense or futuristic actions. Okay. So let us have this. I arrive. See, I told you that at a particular note when we refer to recent future, we use it. Okay. I arrive at your house next week. Say, for example, I am arriving today at 9 o'clock at night. So, when you are talking about recent future at this time, particular time, so this is 9 o'clock is future, and that is why we use it in this way also. You arrive, you are arriving. He, she, it arrives. The same way, she, it is arriving. We arrive, we are arriving. They arrive, they are arriving. We are going to take progressive present tense very soon. So definitely you would be knowing then also. But this is the form, the third form of present futuristic action, future tense. We mean this to denote recent future also. So sometimes simple present tense is also to denote futuristic action. Progressive present is also to use simple future tense, or you can say future action. So this is what I mean. Okay. Now, present progressive tense. I told you that this present progressive tense is called as present continuous tense also. The action is on. When I say that this Zoom scheduled class is going to be started very soon. Okay, so this is simple present progressive tense. Okay, we are talking, we are discussing about the tricky tense. So this is also present progressive tense. At present, now, the action is on. To denote that, we use continuous present tense, or you can say progressive present tense. Okay, say for example, see, the action is at present now. At the moment of speaking, it is on. We mean continuous present tense. Okay. Another point is that when the action is temporary, we make, see, this meeting is for the temporary period of time. And that is why we use it in continuous present tense, because it is at present, it is on. Okay. When the activity is developing and changing, we use continuous present tense, or you can say present progressive tense. When an action began before now and continues into the future, okay, without ending, without stopping, we use present progressive tense. Let us understand through examples. Say, I am explaining something to the class right now. See, this is what I mean to say. I am explaining something to the class right now, at present. So this is used as continuous present tense. For example, see, when I say that we are speaking with each other, so that is continuous present tense. We use present auxiliaries is, am, are, and ing form of the verb. Okay, in continuous present tense. He is taking 16 credits this semester. So this is used as, you know, as an activity which is the semester is began in past, but future also without stopping the action is continuing. So the second point, the second example is he's taking 16 credits this semester. The semester is already began in past. Now he's taking 16 credits and the semester has not been ended yet. But in future also the action is unended. And that is why we use is MR plus verb and plus ing. That means progressive present tense. Okay, she is understanding English more and more because she moved into the door. Now see, this is also, she is understanding English more and more. The activity is developing and changing also. Different parts of English grammar when we understand. So she is understanding English more and more when she uses it. So this is in simple in progressive present tense, continuous present tense. So the action at present when it is on progressive, we use it in progressive present tense. Is MR verb plus ing. That ing means progress, progressive form of the verb. The action began in past, but it is on and it will be on without stopping. That is, it is continuous in present also. We use it in progressive present tense. The action that is temporary, we use it in progressive present tense. Okay. My friends with me are working on a project. So this is temporary, up to the project. So we are working on the project. So that is temporary action. So this is in progressive present tense. The action is used. When an activity is developing and changing, we use it in progressive present tense. Okay. So this is continuous present tense. Indicators as, see, now, right now, at this moment, still, as we speak, this year, week, month, etc. These are this week. This week we are going to enjoy a lot. Okay, because we are going out from Ahmedabad. So this is what, these are the indicators. Okay, right now I am speaking with you students, people. So this is simple as continuous present tense. Okay, the structure of continuous present tense, progressive present tense. Okay, I am studying, we are studying, you are studying, you are studying, he, she, it is studying, and they are studying. You take any tense and you make the sentence. For example, we are preparing, I am preparing very hard for my exam, coming exam. Okay, she is playing, she is playing on piano. So that is are present auxiliary, since it is continuous present tense, that's why, and verb plus ing, verb using ing. Okay, so this is the structure of continuous present tense. Okay, I hope you have understood this tense also. When you use it in your routine, you will definitely know how to use it perfectly. Okay, now the second one is, and now the next one is progressive past tense, continuous past tense. Okay, this tense is also very simple to understand. The activity, the tense is used to refer the activities that is continuously in progress around a time in the past. In the past, for some period of time, the action is continuously on. Okay. To denote that, we use continuous past tense. The action continuously, continuously on at, at some period of time in the past. Okay. Since we are talking about past progressive, that's why. See, we have used present auxiliaries in continuous present tense, is MR. So here, very simple, we use past auxiliaries, was or were, and verb with ing form. Okay, they were eating when the taxi arrived. I told you when we took simple past tense that continuous past and simple past are used both together when we use when. Okay, when the one action is on, the other began. Okay, so that is, for example, I told you that when I came from the school, the postman came up with letters. My mother was preparing a nice cake for me. When I came from the school, my mother was preparing a delicious cake for me. So that is, one is in past tense, one is in present, past or progressive tense. That means continuous past tense. Was or were plus verb plus ing. Okay, they were eating when the taxi arrived. See, were eating, progressive past, the taxi arrived, simple past. Okay, so here past auxiliaries, progressive past is used in this way. Okay, we'll take the other tense tomorrow, progressive feature and onwards. Here we end this session. I hope you would have understood and enjoyed a lot in this session. Now, now the action is now on your part. You will have to use these tenses in your routine. When you start using it, definitely you'll be on master on it. And the tricky tense will be very easy for you. I hope you enjoyed a session. And thank you very much for listening me.
Thank you so much,
Now,
ma'am, for taking all these interesting tenses sessions of ours. And honestly, I got to learn a lot. Matlab, I already knew tenses. It's always good to have a recap because what happens now for everyone, grammar is very tricky. So grammar, think that grammar is simple and we can work on intuitions and everything. But the moment you start going and giving answers, you always end up bluffing about something which is wrong. सो यही एक रीजन है बच्चे कि हम लोगों को एक्चुअली ग्रामर सीखना कितना इम्पोर्टेंट, क्योंकि वो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे हमारा कॉन्फिडेंटली हम बोलेंगे तो उसे फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, शायद आपके फ्रेंड्स को पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि आपने कुछ ग्रामर में मिस्टेक करा आपके सेंटेंस में, मगर जब आप एग्जाम में वो चीज लिखोगे तो टीचर को पता चल जाएगा और आपके मार्क्स कट जाएंगे. So this is where we need to give all our attention and importance to all these things. Stay tuned क्योंकि कल again 4 बजे मैम का ही lecture है. So we have to take that lecture याद से. Okay. In the meanwhile, I'll again ask you कि अगर आपको कोई भी questions है, I'm looking out at the chat section. If you have any questions, please tell me in the chat section right now. Okay. We'll wait. You please tell all your questions in the chat section and we'll see to it. In the meanwhile, what I'll do is that I'll quickly, ma'am, you'll have to give me the host rights.
Yeah, sure. Just a minute.
In the meanwhile, what I'll do, Bacha Party, is that I'll quickly show you the application जहाँ पे जाके आप actually मैम के सारे lectures देख सकते हो. मैम आपके साथ जो भी assignment share करेंगी वो सारी assignments भी देख सकते हो. Okay, so I'll just quickly share my screen and show you कि आप लोग कहाँ जाके आपको वो सब चीजें visible हो. So when you will go and you will open your Octopod Student Ink application, so there is different sections that are there, है ना? नीचे यहाँ पे एक ऑक्टोवर्ड करके सेक्शन है. So इस ऑक्टोवर्ड सेक्शन में जब आप जाएंगे, so मैम का जो भी लेक्चर चल रहा है उससे रिलेटेड स्पोकन इंग्लिश के कोर्स, स्किल बेस्ड कोर्सेज, ये सारे कोर्सेज आपको यहाँ पे मिल, है ना? जैसे अभी मैम का लेक्चर चल रहा है, सो आप यहाँ पे एक्चुअली अपनी प्रोफाइल भी बना सकते. Similarly, see, यहाँ पे we have Ashwini ma'am, उनका लेक्चर चल रहा है, so you can actually connect with her, ask questions out here in the chat section itself. Okay, but most importantly, आप यहाँ जाके ये सारे courses avail कर सकते हो, जिनके अंदर कुछ paid courses भी हैं, such as this, and you have certain free courses also, जो आपको अगर आपके पास reward points है, तो सिर्फ reward points के basis पे आप लोग वो courses purchase कर सकते हो, है ना? सो यू आर गेटिंग ऑल दोज कोर्सेज फॉर फ्री. और यहाँ पे अगर आपको सीए इंग्लिश में, जैसे स्पोकन इंग्लिश है, लैंग्वेज सब्जेक्ट हो गया, तो अगर आपको उन चीजों के अंदर इंटरेस्ट है, सो यू हैव ऑल दिस एंटायर कंटेंट जो आपके लिए स्पेशली क्रिएट करा हुआ है, जहाँ पे आप जाके ये सारा कंटेंट एक्सेस कर सकते हो, इसे पढ़ सकते हो, इसके अंदर जितना भी इम्पोर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन है वो सब गैदर कर सकते हो, राइट? So let's make sure that we get all those things done. Okay. Are there any questions? Okay, ma'am, we have one question that says that can we do conjunctions tomorrow? We'll try.
Definitely.
We'll
First of all,
definitely try to do and cover that. Anything else, Bacha? No, I think there are no questions so far. So overall, it was an amazing lecture. Thank you, Ashwini ma'am, for coming on board with us, for taking these amazing lectures with us. And we definitely are hoping to see you tomorrow as well.
Sure, ma'am. Definitely, it is for me also a very memorable session. And I hope students must have enjoyed a lot.
Absolutely. Students would have loved it. I loved it personally.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am. See you tomorrow then. Bye-bye.
Sure.
Please take care. Take care, all of you. Bye-bye.
Bye.